jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-Side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS back on deck. 2025, one day before Valentine's. Hey, fellas, if there's any advice I can give you again, a lot of you are looking forward to the September fight. I'm just giving you some pro bono advice. Switch it up this year. Put your foot down with steel toe boots when she barefooted and step on her pinky toe. Put your foot down this year, y'all. Say, hey, check this out. It's priorities. If we're going to be together, we're going to be together way past February. Okay? All right, period. Point blank. But I'm going to tell you, it's something special going down in September that I may never be able to witness again. I need to save this money. Are we clear on that? I need to save a bit more, because when I get there, I know the food is going to be super expensive. Ticket's going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And look, let her know she invited, because you have to put it out there that it's going to be a family. It's going to be a union, depending on what your situation is. Depending on what your situation is. Tell her, us. When you use that us, she said, oh, me too? You taking me to bed? Yes, us. When in reality, fellas, you're going to be going by yourself. But just the preemptive strike, just to get her wrapped up and understand that Valentine's Day is not going to be all the way live in 2025, include us in there to save argument. For real. Say, I have to save up money for both of us. Oh, we're going to Vegas in September? Oh, she going to go tell her friends and everything. Hey, we're going out to Vegas to see some big fight going on. You know what I'm saying? So this September, he kind of took it light. We still spent time together, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Just butter her up. Just put that butter on there thick, hot. And then you have to come up with part 2 on the back end. When it gets around August, you better come up with a nice little lie. You know what I'm saying? You better come up with a nice lie. One that's going to make absolute sense. Tell her that, hey, they got some type of freaking egg virus going on, and you don't want her to get sick. So it'll be good if she just stay right here in place. You know what I'm saying? And you just about to step out with the fellas just for a weekend. And don't tell her you're going to Vegas now. Say, we'll go to Vegas another time. Just tell her you're going somewhere else, goddammit. Hopefully y'all don't have joint accounts. But anything that you have to come up with to make sure you're in Vegas September for when Crawford go over there and put these hands on Canelo Alvarez. Fellas, you got to put your boots. You got to put your boots down, steel toe. You got to stand your ground, goddammit. Let her know you saving up extra money for the latter half of this year. Period. That's priority. Ain't nothing else priority but that. Nothing else is his priority. But between now and tomorrow, hopefully you took my word at the beginning of the week that you need to say us so she can feel included. No, listen, hold up. Because I know some of you cats ain't built the same. Now, for you beta, you know what I'm saying, them beta Charlie type dudes, don't snitch on me, bro. Don't put this blame on me, man. Don't if one of her friends goddamn tell her, hey girl, I pay attention to YouTube all the time. September, that's that guy, that Omaha guy, and that Mexican guy. They supposed to be fighting over in Vegas. You saying your man invited you too? No, that don't sound right. If your girl come and question you, don't go snitching on WCS, man. Don't go say, well, you know, WCS has put it out there, and it made sense for me to say that both of us was going, just so you wouldn't be nagging me the rest of the 7 months. I had to let it be known because we need to save money, baby. I need you to work extra. Now, it could be worse. I could say, hey, can you go out here and, look out for your boy. You know what I'm saying? What you was doing before we met. What you mean, what I was... Baby, you know what I'm talking about. Where I got you from. You know you was out there tricking. Hey, come on, girl. Come on, stop playing. I swept you off your feet, got you out of that life. Come on, man. I'm trying to go out to Vegas, man. Make a little bit more coins for her. I got to make this goddamn, I got to set up our flights. Keywords, OUR, our. US, us. UNION, union. PAIR, pair. COUPLE, couple. All of those conjoined, meshed. Those words that mean we are as ONE. Okay? I'm just going to leave that right there. Okay? Let's talk about the situation at hand. Keyshawn Davis, man, and Berinchyk had their way in today. Now, shout out to B&B because, goddamn it, Keyshawn looked big as hell, and that mother came in underweight than Berinchyk. God damn, somebody know what the hell they doing over that mother. Somebody knows what's going on. Keyshawn looked huge compared to Berinchyk with his clothes on. That dude came in under Berincyk's weight. But that's not the bigger part. The fight is official. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen plenty of weigh-ins where Tank Davis has been known to put fingertips on dudes. Seriously. He pushed Rolly off the stage. He pushed Ryan Garcia off the stage. Tank has been known to put fingertips on dudes. Devin Haney put his whole 10 fingertips and palms on Lomachenko. Well, guess what? Berinchyk say, I know, you say I send banana. What? No. You put me in dark light. No, I don't like. Berinchyk was smooth about it. The typical U.S. fighter doing the double bicep pose, putting his bicep in front of Berincyk's head, stepping in front. Let this be a lesson there, U.S. fighters. Not to underestimate the cleverness of these foreign fighters, these neighboring fighters. Yeah. Stop thinking just because they don't speak English like that has something to do with their thought process, man. Berinchyk let Keyshawn Davis get in front of him on a freaking face-off. He shoved him. Keyshawn went airborne. I knew if I put airborne in the title, it'd get, oh man, he exaggerated. Keyshawn went airborne. He went off the stage. He turned around. Bomac was already en route. I said, God damn. Berinchyk actually put hands on Keyshawn. Hey, but Keyshawn was busy putting hands on them. He was selling the presser. I have nothing bad to say about what Keyshawn did. Keyshawn sold the shit out this motherfucking face-off, this presser. Sold the shit out of it. But Berinchyk, oh, you crafty little sly devil, you. He said, yes, I see trend. Yes, keep on stepping. You U.S. fighters love doing that muscle pose and stepping in front of your opponents. Cool. Keyshawn stepped in front of this man and he shoved him off stage, bro. Keyshawn almost did the Superman, dog. He almost did. The front was flipped. Goddamn Berinchyk pushed him. He didn't know it was coming. And then Keyshawn loses it, or what it seemed to be. And he tried to get to the crowd to get at him. No, hey, Keyshawn, this is my only criticism. You can't sit up here and act like you about to fight the dude when you about to fight the dude. Come on. You said yesterday you're knocking him out in one round. It's just got personal now. He sent me some bananas and watermelon. And you want to look, you did everything you're supposed to do, brother. You sold the fight. You did everything now, big boy. Why ruckus? Why cause a ruckus to the crowd like it's about to be a brawl and lose your paycheck? God. Everything when was going well. I was saying, Keyshawn, you did everything you're supposed to. Even today, he did what he's supposed to. Came in on weight, professional, it's on, official, certified. But Berinchyk told you he's a sly little crafty fighter. He let you get in front of him and he pushed you off stage. Oh man, that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, Keyshawn, that was hilarious, bro. That shit made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? And Keyshawn turned around. He's like, who did? Berinchyk had dipped. Don't say Berinchyk was running. No. Cause Tank, he do that too. Tank could push you and he'll disappear into the crowd, yo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've seen it before. But kudos to both fighters. But Keyshawn, you going through the crowd like you trying to put hands on it. You about to fight the guy tomorrow for a paycheck. You're not about to get no pushback in the crowd, man. You did everything you can do. You did a great job selling this fight, man. Real talk. You did a great job, a superb job with selling this fight. I commend you for not being lazy there, Keyshawn. I commend you for not being lazy. I commend him for selling the fight. Commend this guy for being a professional. We can't shit on fighters like Devin Haney and them that's in these situations where they look bigger than what they are, but yet they make weight. We can't say who's a weight bully, you know what I'm saying, all because of how they look in between fights. At one time, Tank used to blow up in between fights, and people used to make fun of how he looked. Now he's locked in, and they want to talk about other shit. He's locked in now. He's making weight. Of course, we got, Canelo Alvarez, who a lot of these cats have never seen in person. They keep on acting like Canelo Alvarez is up here looking like David Tua in this bitch. They think Canelo Alvarez is just so much huge, larger specimen than Terrence Crawford. But we'll get to that. Let me get to the chat right quick, man. Shout out to everybody that's on deck, man. Shout out to Don Vaughn in the building. What's good with it? Jay in the building. What it do, man? Gumbo on deck. What it do, brother? How you feeling? Canelo has zero chance against Bud. I hope they continue downplaying his body of work. He taking it all out on Canelo, man. Give it to him only one way they supposed to get it. You know what I'm saying, Vaughn? Give it to him the only way they supposed to get it. Straight, direct, and raw, uncut. They keep on playing with that man's name. They keep on playing with his name, bro. I even gave them the opportunity. I put the thumbnail out plenty of times before to let them know to put some respect on Bud's name, but they don't want to do it, bro. They don't want to do it. I told them to put some respect on his name, pound for pound. Put some respect on his name. This is the old thumbnail. Put respect on his name, bro. That's all I'm saying. I try to tell him. But man, you are absolutely correct though. You know what I'm saying? Keep letting it be known. The only way they're gonna hear it and see it is that you speak on it. That's the only way. Arnold Brown on deck. What they do? OG Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. What's good with it, man? But let me just put this out there. Oh, matter of fact, let me put my stuff back up there. Denise Berinchyk, 19-0, 9 knockouts. Both of these fighters are undefeated, and one of these warriors' records will be different after tomorrow night. Berinchyk is 36 years of age. I haven't heard one person talking about how old he is. I guess that just goes for fighters who look like me. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn Davis, he's 12-0. He should be 13-0, but as you all understand, he had that no contest back in October 2023. All right, that was the Texas Commission. This would be his 14th fight. Like I was telling somebody else, it's kind of like Teofimo's Richard Comey fight. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo went in there and fought Richard Comey for the IBF title when he was 14-0. You know what I'm saying? So after he beat Richard Comey, that's when he got Lomachenko. Keyshawn Davis, he's around the that same area, that age, a little bit older, just a smidget older, but yet he's about to go in there in his 14th professional fight and contend against Denise Berinchyk, who is the WBO champion in the lightweight division. This is good stuff because the reason why I like it, fighters don't have to wait till they freaking 20-0, 25-0, 30-0 to get a championship fight. You don't have to wait, man. Whoever was able to maneuver Keyshawn due to the voices that be out here in the general public of the boxing community, for this man to be 12-0, 8 knockouts, an Olympian, to be able to get the push, because they do push Olympians. They do. To get the push the way he is, to step in there for his championship fight. Congratulations. I like it. I like it. I got, we got something to look forward to on Friday night fights. You know what I'm saying? And I put it out there, Friday night fights. And it's on the best day of the year. For real. I hope every boxing promotion start having fights on Friday or on Valentine's Day. I do. I really hope they start, this become a trend. If you're listening, please have boxing cards on Valentine's Day. I'm asking strictly for the fellas because we don't need to be tortured all freaking day on some Valentine's shit. Out in the stores, walking around, holding hands, and the only person that's benefiting from Valentine's Day is our lady. You know what I'm saying? Have fight cards on Valentine's Day. Make it a thing. For real. Make it a thing. Have the fight cards on Valentine's Day. Fuck it. We don't want to go out there and be eating more food than we want to eat. Spending more than we want to spend. More debt than we want to be in. You know what I'm saying? And then just when you think you're about to go home, oh, you know what I forgot? I had an online order that's store pickup. We got to go back out there. How far are we? It's traffic in there. How far? 45 minutes. Let's just go back out there right quick while we out here. Just turn around right quick. It ain't going to take us about 3 hours. Please, promoters, continue to have fight cards on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the most overrated a day that we don't need. Valentine's Day is nothing in history to tell us that does anything for boxing. You know what I'm saying? It does nothing for boxing, period. It does nothing for relationships. All it is a time to spend more money than need to be spent, and only one gender benefits from Valentine's Day. One gender, y'all. And just so happen, a lot of people don't know Valentine's Day when it comes to the heart. All that is showing you, yeah, your heart's going to be hurting something serious. You're going to have cardiac arrest when goddamn Saturday rolls around and you start checking your bank account and you say, God damn, I'm trying to go to that fight in September. I'm trying to enjoy Keyshawn and freaking Berinchyk. And I know I'm in debt. I know I'm in debt. Damn. I feel some type of way. But shout out to Keyshawn, man. Shout out to Berinchyk. Shout out to Keyshawn. Shout out to Berinchyk. And shout out to the undercard. We have Xander Zayas against Spomer. Slauer Spomer. 20-0. Hold on for a second, y'all. All right. We have Jared Anderson against Mario Calais. I'm really looking forward to seeing Jared Anderson go back in there and get back on his feet. You know, people up here crying about Deontay Wilder fighting Curtis Harper. Jared Anderson took one loss. Just think about Deontay Wilder's first loss. His next fight was against the very same guy who defeated him that very first time. But Jared Anderson is coming back in here against a guy who's ranked 94th. And I don't hear nobody talking about anything. Oh, that's good for him to come back and get this soft touch. That's good. We know Wilder coming back and getting curved. Oh, my God, what? No. Why does he should be fighting for? What? You know what I'm saying? Wilder gets no love, man. He had to go back in there and fight the very same guy who gave him his first defeat. By a stoppage. For a third time. Jared Anderson coming in here fighting Mario's. And he's ranked number 94. Now, I'm not saying Curtis Harper is not ranked any lower. But what I'm telling you is that that's just the way the bias shields are put up the picket, the picket signs and all that, the protest. That's how they do. Rohan Polanco is facing Jean Torres. That's going to be a welterweight fight. Number 10 against not even ranked Vito Melnicki. Vito is now fighting in middleweight. Imagine that. It was rumor mill that they was trying to get him a fight with Xander Zayas in the future. I mean, I've seen him go from 47 to 54, and now he's at 60. He's a growing man. Shout out to Vito. Good guy, man. You know, I'm glad I had the opportunity to interview him when he was in high school. He's fighting Connor Coyle, ranked 81. Then you got the rising sensation of Dula Mason, 16-0, against Manuel James. We got Nico Ali Wash against Juan Guerrero Jr. This is a nice card, man. You got the younger brother Keyshawn Davis, Keon Davis, who's 1-0, just got out the ring not too long ago. He's back on deck for a 4-rounder against Ira Johnson, getting that check, getting that experience, climbing that ladder. And you got Lopez de Jesus against Brian Santiago. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a pretty solid card. I ain't gonna lie. That's a pretty solid card. That is a pretty solid card. Now, I don't know exactly who's the co-main. I'm gonna be honest with you. It should be Jared Anderson and Mario's Calais. Reason why I say that is because Jared Anderson was just at that point where he was going to get potentially some type of title shot. He's winning there with a former world champion. Xander Zayas, I know they pushing him and everything. He has the Puerto Rican fan base. But man, come on, let's be honest with ourselves, bro. How could Jared Anderson be below Xander Zayas all because he stepped up and fought Martin Bacoli and got stopped? So we going with O's on our record, or we going by competition? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And then I don't know where's Abdullah Mason fighting on the card. But if Abdullah Mason headlined the card already on Top Rank, he shouldn't be that far down the ladder. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be in the bunker. That's just my opinion. You know, that's just my opinion, bro. I mean, if they say he's exciting and he gives you the value that you're looking for, he shouldn't be knee deep. He shouldn't be all the way deep because he got knocked down twice. I mean, make up your mind. Do you want to praise the Mexican fighters for getting knocked down and getting back up and fighting on? But yet the black fighters, they get penalized for being knocked down as if they fall within the rankings. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it because it seems like some guys, they get dropped and they move up. Long as you get the win, you're moving up. Ain't no hesitation, you're moving up. That's what I see sometimes. I see that a lot of times. Let's take a look at this. February 22nd is next weekend. Okay? They say the last crescendo. Ortiz, Victor is his name, going in there against Israel Nadrimov. And then we have another hitter, Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield. Two heavy hitters. Yes, this is only two fights out of many that's on this February 22nd card that's super duper heavy. I'm talking about brick and mortar heavy. I'm talking about I'm so big I can't catch an Uber heavy. I'm just saying. That card is super heavy. I'm sorry. I cannot take you nowhere. My car not big enough for this fight card. It's too heavy. It's obesity. No. My tires aren't built for all you guys. No, I can't do it. But let's just talk about these two. These two right here. Crazy. Ooh, that like the wick. It's some shit about to burn down next weekend. February 22nd, going down to Riyadh. Turkey Al-Sheikh back on deck. It's going down. One of the heaviest fight cards in the last 10 years. The last crescendo. It's so much proven that has to go down on this fight card. Daniel Dubois has to freaking defend his title. You know what I'm saying? Victor Ortiz has to prove that his chin is not made of high school loose leaf notebook paper. You know what I'm saying? With vinegar. Old, wet, soggy cardboard. Cream cheese. He has to prove that his chin isn't soft, marshmallow soft next to the barn fire. How many times Victor Ortiz gonna get dropped before he gets stopped? Bars. How many times is Ortiz gonna get dropped before he gets stopped? Is Nadrimov, the same one they was bragging for Crawford, is he gonna be the one to finally seal that envelope and ship it off? I think he is. I think he is, yo. I think it's going to be Nadrimov. I think Madrimov is extremely solid matchup for Virgil. So far so good. Haven't heard of no medical issues with any fight. I haven't heard of any fight falling out. Okay, that's another thing that's going on with these Riyadh cards. We haven't been hearing of too many fights dropping out. We know Ortiz had the stomach issue, but I think with the Madrimov fight, it's very, very, very complex. It's going to be extremely technical. I'm not doubting them doing their homework, but the way Madrimov fought Crawford, it's not going to be another fight out there that you can look at that he fought the same way he fought Crawford. And you know what? That's dangerous. The reason why I say it's dangerous is because you have to have a coach that can read in between the lines. You have to have a coach that can read in between the lines, because they're going to come in there and fight Ortiz different than they fought Crawford. Because Ortiz's style, let's be honest, Ortiz's style is way different than Crawford. He's going to give you forward pressure, close quarters, very active with landing his power shots. He's going to be right there, present pressure fighter. He's going to keep on cooking until you knock his lid off. That's just how Victor Ortiz is. I'm just curious as to how they prepared for Madrimov, because Madrimov's team can look at Ortiz and say, yeah, we've seen him fight like that the way he fought Berinchyk. But strategy is strategy. They have to come in there and make sure they can read in between the lines and try to assume how Madrimov is going to come out of this fight. As for Shakur Stevenson, word has it that I hear a lot of people calling Floyd Schofield trash. I don't see it, y'all. I hear a lot of them guys calling this youngin, this young hyena. They've been calling Floyd Schofield trash. He's up there working his ass off for this fight. I don't know where the trash part came from. Yeah, you know, he was up there trying to prove to the people that he's willing to go to war. He was up there proving to the people that he's an exciting fighter. I saw nothing wrong with him attempting to do it. Just be smarter about your approach next time there, Floyd. But I like what I was seeing. What Floyd Schofield was saying, that I'm not going to be a boring fighter. I'm not bluffing you. You know what I'm saying? I don't say much, but my hands can be a little bit belligerent in the ring. Yeah, my mindset can be a bit more rambunctious in the mother effing ring. And that's what we're seeing with an opponent that's never been stopped. But Schofield tried to go in there and make something happen. My response to that is, please don't go in here trying to headhunt Shakur Stevenson with that same mentality that you had against your last opponent. It's not going to work out for you. One thing we can say about Shakur Stevenson, his defense is official. You know what I'm saying? He has a certificate. He is a good defensively minded fighter. His appointment to elude shots is there. You cannot disregard that. But on the other hand, if Schofield goes to the body and he digs to Shakur's body early and have him thinking about those body shots, then he may be able to start sneaking them up there around the third or fourth round, sneaking them up top. He just have to give Shakur that ultimate pressure and see how strong. Test out and see how strong he is on the inside. See if he a Thundercat. You know what I'm saying? See if he a Thundercat on the inside. When it comes down to who got the better speed, to me, I still get that to Shakur. I do. But once again, I believe that Schofield is going to be at his best. This is going to be the best Schofield that we have seen, period. I believe this warrior has been underestimated, disrespected. I don't like the trash because I don't see Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin as being trash, bro. This is going to be about the hustle and bustle. 12 freaking rounds. This is a big time fight for both fighters, more so Schofield than Shakur. Shakur beat him. People are going to be saying, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do if he look a certain way doing it, okay? Because if Shakur Stevenson say he's trash, then you got to take out the trash. You got to let people know that I took out the trash and enough said. Don't come to me acting like I'm not him. When y'all do that shit, I lose my composure. I become disrespectful saying F this, F that, and all that, and y'all don't like that. So Shakur's going to have to go in there and put on a show. For Floyd Schofield, he's going to have, Floyd Schofield for this fight with Shakur Stevenson is going to have to be the master of ceremonies. Schofield has to go in there and be the master of ceremonies. No question about it. He has to have above and beyond the best performance value he has ever had in any fight at the expense of Shakur Stevenson. He has to be able to outthink Shakur. A part of me there, Kid Austin, no disrespect, I don't think your boxing IQ is to the level of Shakur Stevenson yet. But that doesn't mean we never got the Vernon Forrest and Ricardo Mayorga. I'm just saying, Vernon Forrest ring IQ absolutely was a higher tier than Ricardo Mayorga. But something within that matchup was so weird. You know what I'm saying? Something deranged, cynical, nefarious in Vernon Forrest and Ricardo Mayorga, because Ricardo Mayorga was a street dude. He didn't have the technical skills that Vernon Forrest had. So with Kid Austin, he may be able to have some advantages. I mean, his training videos look amazing. His training videos look amazing. And I know what you're going to say. That's training, though. So now you got to take those training videos and you have to produce them to the public. You got to produce them to the GP. You got to let them know that I can take this from out the gym into the ring and allow you to see how great I am. It starts with Shakur Stevenson. It starts with Shakur Stevenson, bro. I told you, I think Shakur is still an all-around better fighter. Higher ring IQ, quicker hands. I give the power aspect to Kid Austin. I give the strength aspect to Kid Austin. I give the aggressiveness to Kid Austin, but I need to come up with an alternative word for Shakur Stevenson because it's difficult for me to stamp him with one of these active words, because sometimes his aggressiveness doesn't mean letting his hands go. His aggressiveness can be, stand out, creating space and this, that. I'm just curious if the fight's going to be somewhat like something we didn't expect. Both fighters are going to be right there center square, throwing hands in the opening bell. I mean, like Coran and freaking Ennis. I mean, are we going to see that type of fight? Because I'm telling you, not many fight fans that I talk to is expecting both of these fighters to come out the gate and start popping combos. I don't see it. What about y'all in the chat? I don't see it. I don't see it. I still think Kid Austin has some months to go, some fights to go to catch up to the boxing IQ and the curriculum and the education of Olympian and as Shakur Stevenson. We're talking about a 3-weight world champion who has an Oscar Valdez, on his record. Have a Jamel Herring. I mean, dude have, some fighters at 135 where he was able to get through them and still earn a win. But since he's gotten to 135, the fight fans has pretty much held him accountable. They say, hey, if you're Shakur Stevenson, you who you say you are, we expect your performances to reciprocate as such. I think the fitness reports at 135 has been way more. I mean, I'm talking about there've been a lot more aggressively detailed at 135. The grading criteria for Shakur Stevenson has been tough for him at 135 because he ain't really fought nothing special. Yeah, Edwin De Los Santos, but the fight wasn't that special. You know what I'm saying? Artem, okay. This fight right here, in my opinion, should be his best fight in 135. Should be. Should be. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, Floyd Schofield, his pops, was able to walkie-talkie his son into this fight. He was able to do enough for the fight fans to start tuning in, getting their antennas adjusted and everything, collecting that data, hearing what he had to say. And then they start saying, hey, I wouldn't mind seeing that young fighter Schofield stepping there with Shakur. The reason why Schofield even had the opportunity to be in the same conversation as Shakur is based off Shakur's mediocre performances. That's all. People's like, yeah, let's see him fight this undefeated fighter Schofield. Let's see, man, because if he can't beat Schofield, man, he's done. Yeah, they start saying that. Oh, he can't beat Schofield, man. He's done. He's this, he's that. His hands gonna be a problem? That's what we want to know. But I think, both of them being in their 20s, obviously Schofield, the younger fighter. But is Schofield young when it comes to the textbook of boxing? Has he fought enough competition? Nobody's been on the level of Shakur, but has he fought enough competition and the proper training for him to go in there and to make the adjustments and acclimate in one night to what Shakur has planned for him? Shakur sometimes, to me, I'm going to be honest, people, sometimes to me, Shakur befuddles me a bit because just when I say he's an Olympian and he has the ring IQ that's higher, that excels, that sits at a higher tier than Floyd Schofield, he goes in there and do some things that's below his boxing IQ. He places himself in certain situations that I think he should be able to box and fight out of because he got mad craft. Shakur Stevens mad crafty. But sometimes he just chooses to shut it down just a little bit. So this fight right here is going to tell a lot. Real talk. It's going to tell a lot, bro. Latch Puma is in the building. What's good with it, man? Salute to you and the youngin', man, your son in the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all. Vernon Forrest had Mosley number. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Forrest had Mosley's number. But Mosley beat Ricardo Mayorga. You know what I'm saying? Mosley beat Ricardo Mayorga. Who Ricardo Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest. How does that triangle theory works out for y'all? Vernon Forrest beat Mosley twice, Mosley beat Ricardo Mayorga, and Ricardo Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest, who beat Shane Mosley. How did you not tell me the Sweet Science, boy, has too many ingredients, bro? The Sweet Science has too many spices, man. How that is one of the most unique dynamics that you would ever see when you're talking about past comparisons, style for style. That triangle theory right there. Shout out to my late brother Vernon Forrest, bro. Appreciate the times we was able to talk. But that was crazy, man. I just wish I could have got it on camera back then. You know, a lot of shit boxers will talk to you about off camera. I just wish I would have got, the chop up session that we had about that situation, about his fight. You know what I'm saying, with Ricardo Mayorga. I even, man, it's just crazy. But you're right, Puma. You know what I'm saying? You're right, man. You're right about that. Vernon Forrest had Mosley number, absolutely. Skills is the word for Shakur. Yeah, Shakur's skills definitely, in my opinion, exceeds that of Floyd Schofield. It's no question marks, man. There ain't no compunction about that. It's straight cut and dry. Schofield's gonna have to prove that he's on the level when the gloves start to, bounce off the forehead, the jawline, and the chin, and them rib cage, and those arms, those biceps. I want to see how Schofield responds. I want to see if he's able to have his best performance against one of the best fighters out there in Shakur Stevenson. I'm just curious. I think if Kid Austin is too aggressive, that causes a problem for him. I concur. Because one thing we know that Shakur Stevens can do is what? He can counterpunch. He seems to have an eye in seeing how the fight plays out. The fight game for Shakur Stevenson has slowed down for him fights ago. And we ain't still looking for Shakur Stevenson to see the fight. I mean, see it slow down. His shit is already slowed down. I salute him for the way he see a fighter's strategy. The game has slowed down for Shakur a long time ago. I'm just curious as to if Kid Austin can see the game in slow motion and see what Shakur has based off Shakur's IQ and his skill set. I just want to see, can he collect the data and make the necessary adjustments? I want to see if Kid Austin has composure. You need to have composure. Just like Puma said, if he's too aggressive, it will play against Schofield. Absolutely, point blank, period. You cannot go in there against a fighter like Stevenson and be overly aggressive and don't think those uppercuts is going to come. Shakur can be noted for having very mediocre power. But if you take someone else's aggressiveness and the timing of that power, the lack thereof or whatever, it'll work out just the same. It'll work against whatever somebody's talking about. It'll work to Shakur's benefit. You catch a fighter being overly aggressive coming in and you time and place your shot perfectly, yeah, Schofield might find himself in that hurt locker, bobbing and weaving, stumbling and bumbling. That's where the IQ comes in at. That's one thing about it. I don't know if Floyd Schofield is patient enough for Shakur that may take this first 2 or 3 rounds and have limited action. I mean, it's not playing with his food. It's just based off what we've seen in Schofield's last fight. He may have a short tolerance to be patient. He may just want to go in there and wreck shop, be overly aggressive. He might want to prove to the people that he has the cardio to go in there and beat Shakur up. You never know what the mindset of these boxers are, especially when you're that young and strong. I don't know what his dad's been telling him. I don't know if his dad's been telling him in his ear, man, you can knock him the fuck out. You knock him the fuck out. Okay, kid, also you can knock him the fuck out. They may believe straight up, because I done heard this pop said, my son's gonna knock Shakur the fuck out. I just, early in the fight, I just don't want him to have a moment like this and he don't use his intellectual gift, because I think he's a very mature man in general, the youngin. He's very mature. He got a kid on deck now. He has a dad. There's no nonsense, straight to the point. I don't think his dad is babying him at all. Men, we raise boys different. And I don't see Schofield as no punk. I don't. I think Schofield's a little bit on the psycho side sometimes when it comes to wanting to get in there and brawl out. I'm telling you, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And that's another plus that I give Schofield. I think he's willing to take the risk versus Shakur because he believes that it's not enough to keep him honest based off what he's witnessed. He's going to have to feel Shakur's power to say, okay, I respect that. Or if he doesn't, I think Schofield, with the amount of courage that he got, that tenaciousness, I think he's going to continue to try to go in there and break Shakur down, just off pressure and roughing him up and everything. I mean, that head, man, come on. We done seen Schofield cut up all different types of ways. Have we seen Shakur cut up like that? No. I think this is going to be a dirty-ass fight, to be honest with you people. I think it's going to be a dirty-ass fight, man. Timing and length. Forrest beats speed. Timing and length. Forrest beats speed. Shame. You got to also include the IQs of both fighters, too. At the time that he fought Shane Mosley, you have to look at their IQs also. I mean, I agree with what you're talking about, because Forrest wasn't considered no power puncher. Yeah, we give Sugar Shane credit for what he did to Floyd, but they give no credit to DeMarcus Corley, who had Floyd on Skid Row too. I mean, Sugar Shane, yeah, people always go back, Shane Mosley hurt Floyd. But goddamn, DeMarcus Corley did it first. He did it way back. So, you have to include heart. You have to include, like, how both fighters are going to react in adversity. Have we seen Shakur Stevenson in adversity? I haven't seen him in adversity. He tried his damnedest to stay out of adversity. I'm not mad at him. That's all about being smart, too. Who says as a boxer you got to get in adversity? Okay. They do say that. Human beings, they will sit up here and assess what they see, and they'll give their own prognosis. Even though some of these individuals are not qualified to give any motherfucking prognosis, especially when it comes to boxing. That's when certain people pop in the chat that I noticed in the ring, like Puma, and got his kid in the ring, and some other cats. Then you take their respect. You respect them a lot more than just the average person that's doing content on the YTC. That's me. That's how I learn. I mean, you have to prove that you have some type of combat skills, or you have the experience of sitting out there for the sacrifice in them amateurs and all in tournaments, or even traveling the world, and going into different schools. That's my take on it. So when it comes down to the gap that I see from Schofield to Shakur Stevenson is more so I've seen Shakur to say that his skill and everything, all the pluses that I gave, and the mindsets for Schofield is based off what I haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? The pluses I have for Schofield is like, yeah, he's tenacious, he's grimy, he's a risk taker, he has that dog in him. I see no punk in Schofield. I just feel that it's cool to have the dog in you, but you can't go in for the bite every single time. It's boxing at the end of the day. You got to work yourself up to that. You in there with a technician like Shakur who's going to pick you apart if you continue to show him a one-dimensional linear type of pressure. Another thing about Schofield, he has to stay active with his jab, bro. I don't care what you say. If you say Shakur don't have power, try looking at a fighter's face if they getting touched up with a jab over and over again. Motherfucking gonna start to swell up. Gonna start to change colors. Pop! Pop, pop. He keep Schofield on the end of his glove. It's gonna be crazy. Schofield have to work his jab more than what he's done in the past. He loves to lead with his two. You gotta put that jab to work. Even double up on it. 1-1-2. You gotta do something different with Shakur. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you stab that jab to the body of Shakur. Keep him thinking, cause I guarantee you, Schofield, Shakur is gonna jab your ass to the sternum, over and over again. Typical Floyd Mayweather, he's gonna stab you to the motherfucking solar plexus. Just to break up your rhythm. You keep on doing that linear pressure, and Shakur is gonna stab you to your body each and every time. And then when he start to get your rhythm, and you start to switch it up, he's gonna continue to stab you, and then he's gonna start coming with his power shots. Now that you think he's gonna stab you to the sternum, now he's gonna hit you up top. Hey, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Hey, shout out to Paludas on deck. He said Ortiz is going to be puzzled by Madrimov's style. We can't really call what we've seen, in my opinion, against Crawford a style. Now, not to say that he won't use that again. It's just we just haven't seen Madrimov fight like that 1 or 2 fights ago that we can say, okay, that's a consistent way. No, that was really the first time. So is that his style now? We've seen Ortiz. We know what Virgil Ortiz's style is. We've seen it. He's going to stand right there, square, framed, give you that pressure right there on the inside, and he's going to hit you everywhere that he sees an opening. That's how Virgil get down. It's up to you to stop it. And being that Virgil camps out, sometime he stays on the clock too motherfucking long without punching out. Somebody catches him with a shot, and he's got down getting off the canvas. Jay said he got his money on Kid Austin. Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This is gonna be a more entertaining fight than people give credit to, for real. In my opinion, I can't be mad at nobody that say they got their money on Kid Austin. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at him because Kid Austin's no punk. I just don't know why the trash insults, man. Trash. He trash. What? Where do y'all see that? Juan Guzman. He's over there working with Guzman? And you saying that man trash? Hell no. I like Guzman, man. Even as a fighter, I liked him. I like his energy. I like the way he gave you that vigor. I like that, bro. He's over there working with Guzman in Texas. I think that's where he at. Man, I'm telling you, this is going to be a fight that people, they're not going to get what they expect. If you think Shakur is going to go in here and just route Schofield like that, We're going to see some things. It's nowhere in hell you're going to call a youngin' like that trash, and it's not going to be some dirty ass fighting in that motherfucker. Please. You are not punking a Schofield, dog. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to put it out there, dog. He don't come off to me as a punk type. He's the type of dude that people underestimate because he doesn't really give you the energy that you want. He's not actively being all boastful and belligerent. Always walk around, noise. But then he finally get to that point. Motherfuckers see what he is in one shot. In one shot, they see who he is. Slam a motherfucker on their head. Castillo actually beat Floyd the first, in my opinion. Well, I wasn't talking about defeat. I was just talking about moments where Floyd was actually hurt. But Castillo, the first one, yeah, I agree with you on that. I definitely checked the box on that. The first one, no doubt about it. Jay, he said, "Jay, don't lose your money." He said, "Jay, don't lose your money, man. You can win a boxing match with a great jab all day, yeah, all day." And that's one thing about an aggressive fighter like Schofield, who really don't lead and keep his jab active. Schofield is a power punching somebody, and when you come in without the jab to a technically proficient fighter, Shakur Stevenson, it might be bad for you with no defense. Schofield has to be into his textbook of boxing unlike any other fight he ever had. I'm pretty sure his training camp was thorough, but if you try to close distance with Shakur and you're not using the jab and you have minimal defense, he's going to light your ass up with that jab because he is an active jab Berinchyk. He dances with the jab, and it's going to be bouncing off Schofield's head if he doesn't use his defense. That shit he was doing his last fight. Hopefully he's cleaned that up versus this fight with Shakur February 22nd. If he hasn't cleaned all that, I want to throw power shot to power shot and don't use no jab to get on the inside, man, he's going to get beat up. And the fight may not be stopped from a goddamn knockdown or shit like that. It may be stopped from a cut. You know what I'm saying? It may be many reasons. A jab is the most important punch in boxing. It controls the fight, no doubt, for sure. And hey, Lashley, we're gonna see that with Shakur. To me, that's gonna be the telltale sign on how that report card is graded round for round when it comes to Schofield. Because we're not questioning if Shakur Stevens is going to use the jab. We're questioning if Floyd Schofield would be interested in using the jab and being as productive as we ever seen him in the ring with his jab. Because I don't think just coming in there with straight powerhouse and trying to, do the Mike Tyson. Not every fighter that is aggressive can beat a Sean Porter. Sean Porter didn't use the jab all the time. Sean Porter knew how to get on the inside. He didn't mind taking shots to get on the inside. He's not the most tallest fighter, but Sean Porter was a roughhouse type of dude. So that's why you seen Sean Porter over there getting some work, helping Shakur Stevenson. And the Schofields are like, "Oh, you over there helping the op? Man, I thought we was better than that." I mean, at the end of the day, that was one of those fighters that really didn't use that jab. I'm not saying he didn't use the jab. I'm saying it wasn't consistent for Sean to use the jab to close distance all the time. So it didn't surprise me when I seen him in there sparring with Shakur. It didn't surprise me at all because Schofield has a Sean Porter-like style. Now, can that style be proficient? Yes, it can be proficient. Perfect example, Errol Spence fight. a guy who the fight fans always said that had a very educated jab. That was the word they used, that Pimmer. EDU, educated jab, when it came to Spence. And he did. Spence used to do one pop, 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 always close this and come forward with the jab. Shawn Porter, he used the movement, the aggressive closing, pushed Errol Spence, always closed down on him, and once he got him there, he stayed there. I'm talking about you have various amounts of tools that you have to worry about with a fighter like Schofield and Porter. Their head, first and foremost, their HEAD. That shit becomes a third punch. Shawn didn't care shit about no headbutt. He was on the inside to throw punches. He didn't care about the elbows. He didn't care about none of that. Watch. I'm telling you, Schofield going to bust up Shakur. He going to try to. And it ain't going to be with his punches all the time. He going to try to bust him up with a headbutt, elbows, something. They're going to try to teach Shakur a lesson, bro. The style that Madrimov used against Crawford might not work against Ortiz. Two different fighters. That's a fact, man. You dropping some gems. That's a fact. I agree. Absolute fact. Two different styles. Two different styles, man. Ortiz pretty much has that lineal type of style, man. Nothing, super special. Act like, people haven't really said they can't break the code with Ortiz. You haven't really had fighters say that. They just know Ortiz is tough. He come back, and he's willing to take the punches to give punches. But is Madrimov a fighter that you want to do that against? I mean, dude, we know he's athletic. We've seen the film. But what we want to know is, if you switched it up against Crawford, can you come in there with something different we ain't seen against Ortiz that works for you to basically win the judges to get you the decision? We want to see something where we can say, damn, Madrimov is that good. He beat Ortiz. Now his stock goes up, and Crawford say, yeah, I beat him. But Virgil Ortiz, who they was trying to say should be in there with Crawford, he couldn't beat Madrimov. Just like Puma mentioned, two different styles. Ortiz's style is not Crawford's style. Crawford's not going to stay in the pocket and get lit up like Ortiz loved to do. He just doesn't co-sign that shit, bro. Crawford took Spence away by catching and shooting a strong jab. Man, absolutely. Talk that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit was beautiful work. That shit was beautiful work by Crawford, man. I remember hearing dudes when it came to Crawford that Spence was too big, too strong, the boogeyman. They said everything except he was a weight bully. They'll put it out there. Oh, he's just too big. He's just too big. Yeah, he's a weight bully. But then when the fight began, and the first one, he dropped him with a jab. I'll say, damn. Most of the time in that, we're going to say it's going to be a long fight. Why? Because Errol Spence is used to getting into the battle, to win the war. Errol Spence will get in the battle to win the war. We've seen it with Kell Brook. We've seen it with various fighters. Shawn Porter, he would get into the battle. But when he was dropped by the jab, usually, we'll say, man, it's going to be a long night. Now, people's like, damn, this might be a short night, bro. It's already the second round. He done dropped this dude. And then we seen how the rest of the fight. Come on, man. Bomac said, turn that jab into a hook, man. Come on, bro. Hey, man, it's going to be a good one. The last crescendo is going to be a good fight. I ain't going to lie, bro. This is going to be a hell of a freaking fight card, man. This is going to be a hell of a fight card. I can't wait. It's a lot of show improving to pretty much watch. And this is going down, y'all, next weekend, February 22nd. It's going down. Everybody's going to be tuned in. We're going to see, we're actually witnessing right now a shift in the sport of boxing. We're witnessing fights go on that we didn't think we'll get. Like, it's tough fights that's going on. It's tough fights that's going on. This is the fight card that's gonna pop off tomorrow night, y'all. I would behoove you all to check it out. Solid fight card. I like it. I can't hold you on that. I like the fight card. I think it's a solid freaking fight card. So, whenever you have time to return, back from your Valentine's Day escapade with the missus, I hope you get back in time. February 22nd, man. If you look at all these fights leading up to the main event, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Isn't that a super heavy lineup? I mean, these fights, the results mean something. This is going to be changing. This is going to be for the vacant this and title this and interim this. And man, it has championships. It has 12 rounds all over these fights, man. Right now, we're looking at a total of 7 fights. 7 freaking fights, man. Think of the Carlos Adames and Hamzat Shiraz. Whoo, I bet that's going to be a banger right there, dog. I bet that's going to be a banger. From Carlos Adames, Hamzat Shiraz, all the way up to the main event. It's going to be 4th of July in that bitch. I don't know if the Virgil Ortiz Madrimov fight is going to be a banger. I don't know. It's so awkward of styles. Madrimov just seems like, man, he's unpredictable. I don't know if that fight's going to be long or short. I don't fucking know, bro. I just know Virgil Ortiz has been dropped. He's shown to stay in the pocket too long. He has a bad habit. He does. Ortiz has a bad habit. Madrimov might be the guy that finally exposed Ortiz for his bad habits. Staying on the inside too fucking long and getting caught with power shots and getting dropped. And then he want to get off the canvas and wave to the ref. No, senor. No. It wasn't a knockdown. No. He did that shit twice. He been practicing that shit in the gym, yo. I'm serious, Ortiz. You've been practicing that shit in the gym, bro. Time he got knocked down, both times he stood, no, slip. Banana peel. See? That banana peel right there. Yeah, I slipped on that banana peel. Tell the crowd to stop throwing stuff in the ring, man. Come on, that's dangerous. I think I pulled my inner groin. Can you take like 5 minutes? Man, come on, bro. It's going to be crazy. Seriously, it's going to be crazy. We've seen the writing on the wall. Porter boxed Spence and gave him problems, so real fans knew Crawford was going to beat Spence. Hey, I think what you said, the real fans, because goddamn it was so many haters that was just polluting the airways. It was hard to breathe out here on the YTC, man. It was motherfucking like its own type of COVID back then in 2023. They didn't want to accept that they should include Sean Porter into the conversation because he lost split decision. They felt like when you're in a battle like that, and this is the way I felt. If you're in a war like that where Sean Porter gave you everything you was looking for, his aggressive style, everything, all the way to the point in the 11th round when Errol Spence in the eye of the storm caught Sean Porter with the left hook. When you have a back and forth exchange like that, it's very competitive. Sean Porter, he has to remain vigilant so he wouldn't be caught, because if he wins that fight, his whole career changes. For real, Sean Porter would have beat Errol Spence, his whole career changes. This would have been a guy who would have defended his title and picked up Errol Spence's IBF title. I don't know what the rematch. I don't know if it was a rematch, but they didn't rematch each other. So I don't know what Sean Porter would have did after that. If Sean Porter would have fought Ugas again, because he had already beat Ugas. So I don't know if he would have fought Ugas again for the WBA, because Sean Porter, in my opinion, he wasn't out there declaring that he wanted to be undisputed. You know what I mean? But it's up to the fighter in the eye of the storm to stay vigilant. And Sean Porter kept on with that wild style, and Errol Spence caught him. Errol Spence caught him. That little fine detail with him catching Sean Porter and his glove barely touching the canvas was enough to win him a split decision. Else the fight might have been a draw. It might have been a draw, or Sean Porter could have pulled out the victory. Who knows? But I guarantee you, I'm going to stick to what I think I know. Everything happened for a reason. And I guess it was destined for Crawford to meet Errol Spence for that collision course, and let the powers that be bless it how they deem. And that's what we got. We got Errol Spence, Yordenis Ugas, and then we got Spence Crawford. That's the way it was supposed to be. Per the Most High, and you believe in the spiritual realm, it was supposed to play out like that. You know, all the climactic moments, the drama, you know what I'm saying, the intrigue, all the suspense and anticipation behind this fight. You know, Errol Spence barely won, and like Puma said, yeah, it was a lot that was to be said from that fight that Sean Porter exposed from Errol Spence. But the crazy part about it, Errol Spence didn't even switch nothing up from the Sean Porter fight. That's the wildest part. He didn't even switch anything up from the Porter fight. He went in there and fought Ugas the exact same way. And then from Ugas, he tried to go in there and fought Crawford. And Bomac them like, man, come on, bro. You gonna try us like that? Seriously? You gonna not switch up your style? Since squeaking out of a split decision with Porter, you gonna still come in here and fight us like this? Come on, man. Come on now. Shout out to the boxing queen. Jessica is in the building. Salute to you, queen. We see you in the building. Hey, but that's all I got. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. Man, it's going down tomorrow. As we say down south, tomorrow. It's going down tomorrow. And you know, I see Keyshawn getting the win. And I just want to see some good fights. So y'all continue to hold it down, man. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. We should do it again. I'm out, peace.